The sun was setting over the dusty plains when cowboy Daniel rode home with his little daughter, Lily. The wind carried strange cries, faint, muffled, desperate. Daniel stopped his horse and turned toward the sound. There, near a dry creek bed, lay a torn sack, moving. He dismounted carefully, hand on his revolver, and slit the sack open with his knife. Inside was a young woman, bruised, her hands tied, lips cracked from thirst. She barely whispered, "Please, don't hurt me." Daniel froze. His daughter gasped, clutching his sleeve. "Papa, she's alive." Daniel wrapped his coat around the trembling girl and lifted her onto the horse. As they rode home, Lily whispered, "Papa, she's pretty, and sad." Daniel said nothing, but something inside him stirred, a pain he hadn't felt since his wife's passing. At dawn, the woman awoke in a warm bed, wrapped in clean blankets. The cowboy sat nearby, brewing coffee, while Lily drew pictures on the floor. "Where am I?" the woman asked softly. "You're safe," Daniel replied. "Found you near the creek." "Who did this to you?" Tears filled her eyes. "My family, they said I was cursed. They left me to die." Lily looked up, confused. "Why would family do that?" The woman smiled faintly. "Because I was poor and weak." Daniel's jaw tightened. He didn't believe in curses, only cruelty. He said, "You'll stay until you heal." That night, as the fire crackled, Lily crawled into the woman's arms without a word. Daniel watched quietly, realizing the child had already made her choice. Days passed. The woman, whom they now called Anna, helped with chores and sang softly to Lily at night. Her gentle voice filled the lonely cabin with warmth Daniel had long forgotten. One night, a thunderstorm rolled in. Lightning cracked the sky, and Lily screamed in fear. Anna held her close, whispering lullabies until the child slept. Daniel stood at the door, watching, and for the first time in years, he smiled. But the next morning, Anna's past came knocking. Two riders approached, shouting her name. Daniel stepped out, hand on his gun. "She belongs to us," one yelled. "She's a servant who ran away." Daniel looked back at Anna. She shook her head, tears streaming down. "Not anymore," Daniel said firmly. "She's under my roof." The men rode off, but Daniel knew, trouble would return. The next evening, Daniel heard hooves again. This time, more men came. Anna trembled. "They'll take me, Daniel, please." He looked at Lily, who hid behind Anna's skirt. Not a word was spoken, but Daniel stepped forward, rifle in hand. "No one takes a woman from my home by force." The men hesitated. The storm winds howled again, swirling dust between them. Finally, they turned away. When the silence returned, Anna fell to her knees in tears. Lily ran to her, hugging her tightly. "Papa," she whispered, "she's not just Anna, she's Mama." Daniel's eyes softened. He didn't correct her. He only put his hand on both their shoulders and whispered, "Then Mama stays." Weeks turned into months. The ranch, once cold and silent, now echoed with laughter. Anna tended the garden, Lily chased butterflies, and Daniel watched them with quiet gratitude. Sometimes, he'd find Anna staring at the horizon, lost in thought. "You saved me," she'd say. He'd shake his head. "No." Lily did. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Lily ran into Anna's arms shouting, "Papa says we're a family now." Anna turned to Daniel. "Is that true?" He nodded. "Always was." And as the prairie wind carried their laughter through the golden fields, the sack that once held despair became a memory, replaced by a story of love, redemption, and the family that fate had written in the dust.